The sound off the bat tells you the type of nick.
And is met with a shot of the highest order. Slapped. Oh, that was spanked. Oh.
Gotten it past Motara at point.
This is what he has done. Memories of that.
Yeah, just like that. Uses the pace. For again.
That's a beautiful shot there.
Clipped away nicely. And it will have the legs to make it into the boundary. Runs for Anderson. And 4 of them.
Online. Oh, this one is crunched over backward point for 4. Lovely shot. And following the stream, Kevlon Anderson. A lovely shot, sweeping that one. Down the ground. Back over the bowler's head. 4 more. Centuries here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. He's back and staring that 4 more. Jordan stops running, only to retrieve. Batting stats also.
That's a good shot.
Beautiful shot by Anderson. Use the pace. Oh, sweet. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Moving that.
Sweet, 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 sweet. 4 runs, 150 to the young man.
He's not managing to take a wicket though.
Here is Kevlon Anderson back, short ball and punching it out to the square.
This point in time. Because I've got a bit of a theory. Good shot down the ground from Kevlon Anderson there. Just lent on that.
World Cup tournament. Anderson cuts and he will get another boundary here. Goes back and flashes it down to cover for 4.
It's a bit slower there from Humphreys, but he's
Beautiful shot by Kevlon Anderson. Again, Mali, you're talking about it staying low to the ball, not coming up too early. Look at it.
And that's a hallmark of his play. We saw in that 100 that he scored in the Headley Week series as well.
On drive, 4 runs. Don't bowl him there. Perfect execution for 4.
Yeah, pounced on that fuller delivery.
Turned
Tickles that
past
one
Dohoney.
nicely.
4 runs. He's on debut.
Yeah, I believe so. And that's cut nicely by Anderson, rolling out to the backward point boundary. Crosses the rope now, 4 runs.
Remember that? The wicket column.
Oh, shot.
Anderson back and punching that. Again.
Rolled again.
And he hits the greens. Here is
Ahoy.
Anderson clobbering that. Over mid-on and down to the boundary. Driven.
again.
Beautiful shot. What a lovely on-drive by the young man. The on-drive is the hardest shot to play. Poise, composure, balance. Certainly exploded with 3 sixes. Here's Anderson clobbering that.
Shot.
Pass cover for 4.
Crack. Lovely shot through the cover region. Down on one knee and driven beautifully there by Anderson. Past the diving mid-off. Rolls down.
Spencer short, lifting, steered nicely by Anderson.
Sweeping. And it will run away into the boundary now.
In the lunch break. Sweeping and sweeping well. The scorer pulls out his pencil and etches a 4.
Nice
shot.
shot. Turns it into the onside, and that's going to be 4. All the fielder will do is chase it to retrieve the ball from the boundary.
As Kevlon Anderson pulls out the reverse sweep. That's a beautiful shot. Going to use that against the spinners now. Pulled away this time. It was short. And Kevlon Anderson was on it in a flash once again. And he picks up 4 more. Reefer again. And Anderson drives. And that's a beautiful shot. Hold the pose. Not a man move. Kevlon Anderson brings up the 250. Reefer again. And Anderson flicks and flicks well. This one could very well be another boundary, and it is. Matthew Ford gives up the chase very early, and Kevlon Anderson moves on to 59.
Driving down the ground, beautiful. That is a thing of beauty.
Anderson here is showing that he can play just as elegantly as his skipper who's on the other end.
He immediately set a mark.
Shot.
Down the ground, majestic. 4.
Oh, beautiful. That is beautiful from Kevlon Anderson. Don't run, Kevlon. What are you doing? That's 4 runs.
Yes, just spoil it there, right hand.
Worked nicely into the onside, and that should run into the boundary for 4. Kevlon Anderson continues to put on a batting clinic here at the National Stadium.
He has always been...
Wonderful shot there. Well driven by Anderson. Back past the bowler for 4. Spencer's shot lifting steered nicely by Anderson. Consecutive boundaries. Imlap. This one is turned nicely off the pads and goes for 4.
Exchange by singles, and not a single on this occasion. This one looked like it's going to cross the boundary down to fine leg.
Continuing. Swept and swept nicely. That's a good shot. And I'll wait for the signal from the umpire. The hands go skyward. It's a maximum. Time days in the 4th game. This is a nice shot. Swept away down back out of square for 4. So it appears as though there's a nice dab down to 3rd man for 4.
That's a nice flash by Kevlon Anderson, and that will run close to the 3rd man boundary, opening the face of the bat.
Hard runs as well.
Nice try, beautiful shot by Kevlon Anderson, straight down the ground, as straight as you would like. 4 runs. Flashed by Kevlon Anderson. He gets it past that field at backward point. Will it run into the ropes? It certainly does indeed. Back-to-back 4s there.
Lovely shot down the ground, and it's gone 1 bounce into the boundary. Short
Back
ball,
into
too
his
short,
crease.
and pulled away and down to the boundary for another 4.
Nice full delivery. He gets this one through the gap, straight past mid-off, and it will trickle into the ropes now for 4.